I do not want that. I much rather set a boundary like this than have my dog die. All right, so I'm going to go over some of my tips and tricks that I did personally to ensure the safety of my pets. As you can see, running in the background is Nezzy and Gojo. I have a Catahoula and a Husky that's still a puppy. And I know that my Catahoula follows her nose way too much, and my Husky wants to be an escape artist. And I'll show you where some areas on the fence line is of concern and what I did for pennies on the dollar to fix it. So I'll talk about that, and I'll also talk about some of the training techniques that I've used with my Husky in order to prevent him from escaping. So let's look at it. These 2x4s were free. You can find them everywhere on different marketplaces and stuff. Just look for it, and I put them together. So I used chicken wire as well as 2x4s to create a perimeter because my front chain link fence gate does not work, so it stays open. So this helps me keep the general perimeter, and although it is not tall enough, my dogs can still jump it. It works. It works for what I needed. Half of the backyard is separated by this really old fence, and as you can see, I didn't have enough money to replace this whole fence. It's sturdy still in most parts, but of course I can put boards places. Right here I put some plyboard, anything to stop the animals from getting through, because that was a concern of mine, and I'm just going to make it happen. And lastly is this guy right here. This is an e-collar. It is a great tool, especially if you're living in an area like me where we have a main road right there, a highway, that my dog, if it escapes and does not understand the perimeters, can run out and get killed. I do not want that. I much rather set a boundary like this than have my dog die. So in this backyard area, if the Husky is not recalling as he should, he gets a sound with the vibrate. As you can hear, that's a vibrate. It doesn't shock. I can shock, but it doesn't when I click the vibrate button, as you can see right here. You can also set the settings to higher or lower vibration. I have it set to max. I want the vibrate to really hit home. So that is my first go-to. Beep, vibrate. And I always do the beep, beep, vibrate. That allows the dog to have a noise trigger, right? And now at this point with the recall, of course, once the dog does come, or if Gojo comes on his own, I do praise him. I give him that positive reinforcement. I give him those treats. But this right here, having corrections followed by the positive reinforcement, is triggering in his mind. It's changing his worldview to be able to know that, hey, if I listen, this is better than if I don't listen, right? So that is what I'm trying to do. Now, the only time I use the shock setting is if he decides that he wants to jump the fence. The moment he goes and jumps the fence, he gets zapped. Anybody in my household that uses this has had to put it on themselves and zap themselves at the setting that is set to. They know not to go higher than the setting. It can go lower, but never go higher than the specific setting we set, and they get to feel how it feels. The only time I ever zap my dog is if my dog leaves the perimeter that has been set. It works extremely well. Huskies are known to be escape artists, and you have to do regular maintenance with them. This is a very useful tool, and there are some days that I forget to put this on my dog, and I can come outside, and if the dog just decides to feel antsy, I just make the noise. And since the dog associates the noise with A, vibrate, B, shock, he immediately comes back. It's a great tool. It's a useful tool, but you have to use it properly and appropriately. Most people don't know how to. So in one of my next videos, I will be going into an entire training regimen on how to appropriately and properly use an e-collar. Again, it's a great tool, and if you feel uncomfortable using one, but you think it's necessary for your pet, hire a trainer. Hire a trainer to teach you how to use it properly and appropriately. If you don't do it at the exact right times, it can have negative effects on the training. My dogs are very happy dogs. This doesn't incite fear into my dogs. Tail's still wagging. They just listen to it, and that's all I wanted. I want to keep them safe. So between this and my perimeter that I've created, it's keeping my husky from being the normal escape artist. Another key point to drive home your training with your husky, specifically husky, catahoulas, other dogs that are known to follow their nose and have their own willpower, their own urges, and just go for it, right? Is to do daily obedience training. You have to keep up with it. Even if you do a school, if you don't keep up with it at home, they will regress into those unwanted behaviors. You have to do maintenance every single day. Positive reinforcements with treats and praise is extremely useful tools in order to go home with this. Just the sit, lay down, stay type commands. Recall here, this way. Whatever your recall is, use it every single day with positive reinforcement. Turn it into the best thing in the world, but keep those phrases consistent. They need that consistency with those phrases so they understand what commands to listen to and what to do with those commands. By doing consistent daily training with your dogs, it's going to keep them happy. It's going to give them a job, especially working dogs that need a job. And it is also going to keep them in control inside your household and outside of your household. Hopefully this helps you, and next time we will be going over some e-collar training, so stay tuned for that video. Like and subscribe if you like my content. It really helps, and I will keep doing my hardest to keep posting as frequently as often. All right, have a good day.